A hush hangs over Pine Grove, where the neat rows of suburban houses blur into a tangle of pines and underbrush. In this meeting place of lawnmowers and rustling foliage, Lily Thompson moves like a silent sentinel, her heart always tuned to the needs of the soul. Both human to the needs of the soul. Both human and animal. Yet nothing in her decade of daily rituals could prepare her for Daisy, the bobcat whose swollen belly carried more than the promise of new life. It carried the fragile weight of survival itself. When the laws of nature pitched their chaos against the calm borders of this neighborhood, it became a game of desperate stakes. Would the wild reclaim its own, or would an unexpected alliance reshape the balance of power? Down the street, behind an unkempt lawn overtaken by weeds, lived Luke Martinez, a former military pilot who had traded cockpit views for the solitude of his home. 2 years earlier, grief had driven him indoors, the loss of his son James severing more than a marriage. It had stripped away his reason to step outside. Only Max, the German shepherd his boy once adored, punctuated his days with the loyal companionship of memory. Luke watched Lily's morning routine from his home office window, noticing the bobcat she called Daisy, as if it were another stray cat drawn to her kind heart. But where Lily saw wonder, Luke saw variables. Another wild element to control in an already complicated world. In early March, Daisy's visits multiplied. One morning, she appeared under the shade of towering pines, her tawny coat flecked with black spots, her gait both hesitant and assured. Lily's nurse instincts whispered caution, yet compassion led her to leave out dishes of water and raw chicken just beyond the lawn's edge. Are you welcome here, sweet girl? Lily murmured each dawn, leaning against the porch rail and watching Daisy approach. It was during a lunch break that Lily confided her worry to Sarah. Your wild animals usually avoid us when they're about to give birth. But she keeps coming back. Sarah's eyes flicked thoughtfully. Animals have instincts about safety. Neither of them knew this trust had not gone unnoticed by a far, far more dangerous visitor lurking just beyond sight. Florida's invasive python population had slithered north into these woods, a behemoth nearly 15 feet long, belly pressing close to the ground in search of food. When a predator that size takes an interest in an easy meal, even the forest seems to hold its breath. On a late March Saturday, the sun baked the air as Lily returned from her shift to replenish Daisy's feeding station. Then came the sound, a frantic mixture of bobcat yowls and the crackle of underbrush. Lily froze, heart pounding, as she rounded the corner to find the python's iron-strong coils wrapped around Daisy's midsection, the bobcat's teeth bared in desperate defiance. Lily's lungs seized as terror rooted her in place. How could she help without becoming another victim? Across the street, Max's sharp barks shattered the afternoon's stillness. Luke was midway through a flight pattern debrief when his phone buzzed with Lily's trembling voice. There's a python attacking a bobcat in my yard. Please, I don't know what to do. Instinct flicked on like a switch. Luke grabbed his heavy gloves, sprinted out the door, and called Max to heel. Within seconds, they were both charging toward the chaos, adrenaline propelling Luke faster than he'd moved in years. What he saw stopped him cold, Daisy's sides heaving, the python's head raised in triumph. Lily stood back, tears streaming, powerless. But Luke's combat-honed mind snapped into focus. Observe, plan, execute. I kept Max back! Luke barked, voice crisp as a drill instructor's. The German shepherd crouched, tail stiff, his eyes fixed on the snake. Luke spotted a 4-foot pine branch on the ground and seized it like a lever. Shh! Lily, he shouted, steadying his breath. When I say go, pull her free. Understood? Lily wiped her tears, nodded, fear and determination warring in her gaze. Max intensified his barking, and at that moment, the python flicked its head towards the moise. Luke plunged the branch between the coils, twisting to pry them apart. "Oh no!" he roared, and Lily lunged, gripping Daisy's front legs. With a shuddering roar, Daisy slipped out of the snake's clutch, bolting free as the python recoiled into the shadows. Their hearts thundered. Thund. But the danger wasn't yet over. Daisy collapsed a few feet away, each breath a ragged whisper. Lily rushed forward, hands trembling as she checked for injuries. The venom of fear was less paralyzing than the pangs of relief. She needs warmth and quiet, Lily said, breathlessly. Sir. Without pausing, Luke pointed to his open garage. Let's set her up there. In minutes, they had privacy screens raised, soft blankets laid out, and a shallow dish of water arranged like a miniature oasis. Lily dialed the wildlife vet she knew from the hospital. Doctor! Dr. Maria Rodriguez, while Luke fetched a baby monitor to keep watch from a safe distance. As dusk fell, the garage transformed into a makeshift maternity ward, lit by the soft glow of a single lamp. But would Daisy hold on long enough to give birth? An hour later, Dr. Rodriguez arrived, her boots crunching on gravel. She moved with gentle authority, examining Daisy's bruised flank and swollen belly. "Oh, no broken bones," she pronounced, voice low. "Oh, but the stress has triggered early labour. We have to monitor her closely." Hey! She demonstrated how to read the monitor's feed, then slipped away into the night, leaving Lily and Luke alone with their hushed vigil. They sat on Luke's porch, the monitors quiet, static, the only breach in the evening calm. Max lay between them, head on his paws, ears flicking at every distant chirp. "I haven't used my training in years," Luke confessed, voice softer than the twilight breeze. But tonight, it mattered. Lily looked at him anew, seeing a man shaped by love and loss, and felt her own defences melt. Then came the soft chime of the monitor. Daisy's labour had begun. What followed was a symphony of new life. The first tiny cry, the second kitten sliding into the world, then a third, a fourth, and finally the fifth. 5 fierce little fighters, each one a testament to Daisy's endurance. They nestled against her, blinking up at the strangers who had risked their own lives to save hers. A 5, Dr. Rodriguez's voice crackled through the speaker. "Mum and babies look strong, but the next 48 hours are critical." Lily pressed a hand against her heart. Would these fragile creatures survive the days to come? In the weeks that followed, Lily and Luke fell into a rhythm as natural as the tides. Before her shifts, Lily checked on the new family. Between his simulator classes, Luke monitored the babies' tumbles. And tumbles. Scout, the boldest, was first to scale the blanket slopes. Pip, the smallest, showed a stubborn will that belied his size. Luna and Star chased moonlight shadows, while Sage paused at every turn, calculating each new step. Max kept watch outside, body motionless but ever vigilant, his presence a comfort to Daisy. Day by day, the garage warmed with life and story, of loss and hope, of fear turned to trust. Yet the Bobcats could not say forever. Under Dr. Rodriguez's guidance, the preserve 50 miles north of Jacksonville agreed to take over. It had streams that sang all day long and hidden hollows, perfect for teaching wild kittens to fend for themselves. On a clear April morning, Lily and Luke loaded Daisy and her spotted brood into transport crates. The preserve's rangers led the way down a winding trail to a secluded glen. One by one, the kittens tumbled out, their little bodies blending with dappled sunlight on the forest floor. Daisy paused at the exit, her green eyes meeting Lily's and Luke's in a silent thank you, before slipping back into the shadows after her young. As the crates grew empty, the 2 humans felt a quiet ache. The drive home was still, save for the hum of the engine. Luke reached across and took Lily's hand. "A thank you," he said, voice low. "For calling me. For this." Lily squeezed his fingers. "A thank you for answering." In the months that followed, the garage returned to its usual quiet, but their lives remained forever changed. Luke's lawn grew as neatly as Lily's, and together they built feeding stations for other strays. The baby monitor sat on a shelf alongside framed photos of Daisy's kittens and a picture of James. With Max as a puppy, no longer hidden but honoured. Sometimes at dusk, they would walk to the forest's edge with Max, remembering how nature's drama had rewritten both their stories. And though they never saw that python again, or Daisy's family close by, every rustle among the pines carried a promise. That courage and compassion can bridge even the wildest divides, and that we are never meant to face life's battles alone, sir.